Bam. You just have to wait. There's the beep. There's traffic. There's traffic. Looks like we have activity somewhere over there. Oh, look at that. That vehicle right there. Instructions given on command signal. There you go. That's instructions given on command signal. Community gang stalking. See how that works? That's how that works, guys. So we are focused on, of course, that type of activity. And we're going to stay right here as well. So let's see what's going on. Well, we're going to have to use, I guess we could use this one in a different way. Alright, let's see. Let's see how we can do this. I guess we can put it against this. There we go. Okay. Waiting, waiting. Okay, so far so good. On deck. High frequencies, high frequencies. This is a good indication we are on the right time frame. And this whole criminal organization is panicking. They do not want the surveillance, of course. And there's nothing they can do other than attack the brain. So that's the reason for the black truck being instructed to create some type of distraction away from 5130 and 5132. Clearly warming up the vehicle. It's not cold outside. It's not below zero, guys. At 12:53 p.m., June 18th, 2025, Wednesday. All right, setting up the other cameras. And we're getting ready, guys. Getting ready for another full day. So guaranteed. Ready. Still waiting. Game. It's still there. He's still over there, so he's gonna continue being over there until he's instructed to do otherwise. He is following instructions, of course, and that's fine with us. He can stay there as long as he wants. Still there? Unless he went for a coffee, we give him a little slack. 12:55 p.m. Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. Did he go for coffee? I have no idea. I found it a little odd. time frame. Same time frame. Well, she's the one that sets everything in motion. Facing the white envelope where they need to be. Right. Right. So waiting again. Just gotta wait. Looks like we are in business. We are in business. Bada bing, bada. Trying to figure out what's easy for the brain. There has to be some type of answer. Action. Action. Why constantly shock the brain? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Okay, sir. We're gonna figure out. We're about to figure out what the hell is going on. How's it? Still waiting for Grandma. All hands on deck. I'm gonna try and figure things out. Uh-oh. We have our first suspect. That's right. At 1:01 p.m., June 18th, 2025, Wednesday. We got the license plates. He's not going to get too far, guys. Don't worry. We got him. Murder plot continues. Extreme high level frequency electromagnetic field waves shock treatment to the brain coming from next door, 5135 West 24th Street in Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. That's right. Second floor hideout. Daily ordered instructions by Nello Greco, along with Benny Greco, Anthony J. Loader, nephew, main proprietor of 5132 West 24th Street in Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. We uploaded the video, the Daily Plan attacks in public yesterday. And, well, as you can see, the Daily Plan attacks continue right here at home. And my address is 5133 West 24th Street in Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, the machine is responding. Working alongside police officers involved in criminal activity, Daily Plan attacks, very important. And you can see that the black truck is still there. See, the black truck was instructed to turn on the engine, rev up the exhaust to create some type of distraction. And this is called Daily Plan attacks, insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. Very important that the victims respond to the Daily Plan attacks. So they create a history of mental health issue illness, well documented by police officers involved in criminal activity. In my case, Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, arrest, court dates, order of protection, and of course, document a history of mental health issue illness. The young female has gone inside the black vehicle. That must be his mate. There you go. So I guess that's called social acting as well, when you see that type of movement. And they have an excuse for being there as well. But it's the same time frame as the attack. All right, that's what we're looking for so far. And we look forward for 2025 to be another year of surveillance regarding insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. That's right, I play the victim. And this is how these victims are manipulated on a daily basis. Very important that the victims respond and are preconditioned at home. And the consequences, of course, are very serious under doctor's care. Under doctor's care, the medication is increased. This intensifies the victim's response to the Daily Plan attacks within a hospital setting. This is a one-on-one session between the victim and the perpetrator. There we go. He's out. And symptoms: paranoia, hallucinations, psychosis. These are very serious symptoms that occur naturally to the victim, patient, undergoing under doctor's care evaluation. And they cannot distinguish fact from fiction, of course, because they're under sedation from time to time, placed in a secluded room. And this is, of course, high frequencies that attacks the victim's nervous system, and the victim loses coordination, has accidents and death. And the bright light harassment, on and off switch as well. They utilize mirrors, they utilize bright truck lights, a number of strategies directed at a victim's eyes. And of course, this will cause accidents and death as well. And, well, I don't want to get too much into specifics. You guys can look at the videos. We covered pretty much everything. But please contact Internal Revenue Services, the IRS, posted date January 8th, 2025, regarding tax evasion for Nello Greco's property. He is the person main headquarters of organized crime, associated with Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, the mob, Board of Education District 99, male and female, signed contract with the dollar store owner, of course, and I am behind enemy lines. There's a number of second character witnesses that organized crime is brought and paid for, including the migrants, including at 5130, including the people in charge of 5132, Martinez family, the dollar store owner, and a number of people out here that the police officers are waiting to provoke a confrontation, and they step in. Very important that I am under doctor's care, that they take me away in an ambulance, of course, and this will break down the victim's credibility. And of course, I'm here because I know what social acting is. All right, we're going to continue. Again, don't forget, Internal Revenue Services, the IRS, double lot, two plot brick, Nello Greco's property, 5132 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60824. Just inquire the status, tax evasion. Daily trafficking, distribution, and packaging of the white envelopes. We're trying to follow community family guidelines. And, of course, insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. All right, that's what we got so far. And again, it's 1:08 p.m. Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, Wednesday. We are focused, and you guys just witnessed community gang stalking. And I was attacked yesterday in public as well while in Chicago. I live in Town of Cicero. So this zip code is 60804, and Chicago is 608606. There you go. So, real quiet. All right, we're moving on. Follow me on Google Maps. 3 million views on Google Maps. Detailed information, organized crime, family process. We opened up a second channel on YouTube, and we're also on Facebook. And we're trying to reach out to create awareness. Public service. Our goal is to make the community a safe environment, of course, and to make sure there's peace and tranquility and a better understanding how deceased victims of insurance policy fraud came to be. There you go. So they're not finished yet. There we go. So they're just letting out a little steam, but that's more than just a little steam, guys. That is actually, if you notice where the direction is coming from, it's coming from the left-hand side, 24th Street, Laramie, in the corner, away from 5130 and 5132. They want us to focus our time and energy and the camera that direction. But we have to stay focused where their main revenue source is, 5132 and 5130, where the migrants are stationed at. No address identification for 5130. And before and after evidence of fire, no investigation cover-up by police officers, paramedics, firefighters, and, yes, news media outlets involved in criminal activity. This is how deep their pockets are. Just be mindful and watch these reporters out here making sure that Town of Cicero is highlighted in a positive way. All right, Daily Planet Facts continue. Based on books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, The Centennial, Mind Games, Community Gang Stalking. There's a number of psychological warfare books, and very effective when the victim is under the influence, of course. All right, we're going to continue our focus, and I'm going to start preparing my afternoon meal. All right, we are moving on for now. Daily Planet Tax continue. I don't know how much more I can take of this, folks, but remember, the reason for the Daily Planet Tax, make sure you clearly understand this. This is their safety cushion. It's very important that I react, respond, and panic. That's why I was attacked in Chicago. That's why I'm attacked constantly by police officers involved in criminal activity. Remember, they're attacking the victim's psyche. And the victim will respond by looking over their shoulders, by being nervous. There's a number of symptoms that occur to a victim naturally, and they panic and they're in fear for their life, and they won't be able to sleep, they won't be able to go outside, they become traumatized. And of course, create family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust. They are targeting my family to respond as well. Well, for example, Thomas Cicero Emergency 911 dispatcher named Anna, joint collaboration with the Plains Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, unprovoked home visits at 5 a.m. requesting to speak to me. Under duress conditions, I continued sleeping, but my ex-wife opened up the door, and they insisted they needed to talk to me. No evidence, no paperwork, unprovoked, at 5 a.m. in the morning now. So they left, but before they left, they instructed my ex-wife, if Miguel Rodriguez, starts acting in any peculiar way, do not hesitate, call 911 immediately. This is called preconditioning the family to respond to create family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust, anger. And of course, you guys notice the Xbox game console has been placed in the hallway because of the high frequencies. And my ex-wife did not mind whatsoever because she was complaining about the high frequencies. She couldn't sleep. And, of course, this is to create family conflict, to switch the blame on me. Oh, there we go. We have homeowner Martinez, son with the black Mustang that just appeared. He must have drove under my window, or he was parked in the back and made a U-turn. But he's been deployed as well at 1:13 p.m. Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. He's the first vehicle all the way in the front of 24th Street in Laramie. He just drove off. And of course, this is another attempt at bait, focus, follow, attention span away from 5130 and 5132. So, covering up the windows, bright light harassment is another. See, these are, once you cover up the windows, guys, that sends a signal to the police officers involved in criminal activity. And they're placing high-ranking departments assigned to this address and location for those specific reasons, to make sure this criminal organization is undisturbed, and at times getting a personal escort to deliver the white envelopes, and to make sure that the victim has a history of mental health issue illness over time. Electronic harassment over time is radiation levels. That's the reason the pressure's on. That's the reason I was attacked yesterday while in Chicago, while on the train, at the mall, outside. All of us are susceptible to electronic harassment, but this military-grade technology called Army Apparatus Tracking Signal Scanner Device is focusing all its energy from any electrical source outage at my brain. My brain is constantly being fed electromagnetic field waves shock treatment to the brain, constantly. And of course, the high frequencies attacks the victim's nervous system and loses coordinations and death. And the bright light harassment set on the victim's eye scope, on and off switch, once the victim naturally focuses on any light source. It's a natural instinct. On and off switch will cause accidents and death as well. So there's a number of strategies that are being used, but remember, this is their safety cushion to avoid any suspicion, open investigation once I become ill. Everyone is watching me. Everyone is waiting, of course, for something bad to happen to me, so they can, and that's going to bring my credibility up, of course. So again, please contact Internal Revenue Services regarding posted date January 8th, 2025, double lot, two plat brick, main headquarters of organized crime, 5132 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois 60804. If you think you're paying high taxes, just imagine the first floor having the luxury of the first floor being vacant from the very beginning, and just waiting for something bad to happen to me. Move in, no questions asked, and that's it. That's how they do it. But first, I have to panic, have to respond to the daily plan attacks. It's psychological warfare. That's why every time I go to grocery shopping, the police officers are right there waiting for me. And this is attacking the victim's psyche. They're trying to provoke a confrontation. They need an excuse to call the ambulance and take me in. See how that works? And they can be very kind and cutting, very friendly. Look at what we have here. Benny Greco on the scene. Look at it. Didn't I tell you? That's the reason for bait, focus, follow, attention span away from opposite direction. That's the reason Homeowner Martinez was instructed to bait, focus, follow away from 5130. This is Benny Greco, Nello Greco's brother, giving in-person messages, at times acting like he's senile, lost, homeless. But this is Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132 West 24th Street in Laramie, Cicero, Illinois 60844. This is his twin brother. That's right, his twin brother at Nello Greco at 5132. He's giving personal messages to the dollar store owner and everyone involved in organized crime, of course. There you go. And he's going to constantly roam the area. Now, he has a check. He receives a $400 check from Tana Cicero. Let me repeat that. He receives a check from Tana Cicero, $400, because for some reason, that's how they have it. They have it set up. And of course, he gets $400 from Tana Cicero, no questions asked, well funded, and that's why Tana Cicero mayor is clearly involved in criminal activity. And the police officers involved as well. Okay, everything worked out perfect so far. This is a good indication. This is a real good indication that there is criminal activity getting ready to start. Remember, this is the machine. Tana Cicero mayor, Larry Dominic, open for business. Just because it looks like it's going to rain, that's not going to stop this criminal organization. They're open 24 hours every single day. Snow, below zero, it doesn't matter. They're out there. And I'm here to document how this criminal organization functions. And, well, this is a murder plot on my life as well. So do not let my death be in vain. Participate. Make a difference, folks. My phone number, 708-359-4551. Leave me a message. My address, 5133 West 24th Street in Laramie, Cicero, Illinois 60804. Take a good look. I'm not wearing the helmet. And the brain attacks constantly is happening. Again, this is a military-grade technology that's able to transmit and transfer high frequencies and electromagnetic field waves. All of us are susceptible to electronic harassment, but this military-grade technology, Army apparatus tracking signal scanner device, is a tremendous advantage. Instructions given on command signal, you're going to see people running back and forth. You're going to see daily plan attacks. They can follow me wherever I go. And it's set on the victim's eye scope. That means that wherever I got my eyes focused, they actually can see what I'm looking at. I came to that conclusion because when I turn my sight, there's usually running right after I move my sight from that location. You can view the videos and judge for yourself. That's how I came to that conclusion. Okay, we're focused and we're waiting for Grandma. Early start to the daily plan attacks. And we're going to continue focusing. This criminal organization will be going down in history, in the history books. They're the only ones that I know that are using this military-grade technology. I did my research while visiting Los Angeles. And yes, pay attention, folks. This is the real thing. And sooner or later, my blood vessels of my brain will weaken and the bleeding will commence. Again, that's right. I am a victim. That's the reason Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132, moved out. Because I started bleeding from my brain and they panicked and they moved out the very next day. They have a signed contract with the Martinez family, daily plan of tax, paid incentives, family vacation, home improvement, new vehicles. Same as the people in charge that live in the 5132, new vehicles as well. See? All right. That's pretty much it for now. It's very quiet now. Very quiet. All right, we're going to move on. 1:22 p.m., June 18th, 2025, Wednesday. We are focused. That's right, folks. Public service awareness. That's right. I enjoy what I do, and I wanna continue doing it, providing the public service for a really long time. For a really long time. But of course, if anything happens to me, it's just going to bring more credibility to my social media platform. That's why it's so important for me to react to the Daily Planet Tax. I'm telling you, folks, it's very, very important. This is their cushion. Let me just show you what's going on right quick before we close. You see that window right there? Mm-hmm. You see that window right there? It's open for a reason, folks. There's truck lights being aimed at the windows. Okay? There's truck lights. You see why my bedroom window is covered up with plastic? Same strategy. See? Same strategy. See? So, see? Same strategy. Every single day. Every single day. Every single day, guys. See that? The pressure's on. Every single day. I'm providing a public service, guys. See the Xbox game console? There you go. See? Chirping. And I have to move it to the hallway. All right, we're moving on from now, guys. Looks like it's going to rain. Public service notification. And yeah, this would be a great movie and video game. If you guys are interested in collaboration or any ideas, I think it would be a great video game. It has different facets. There's a lot of stuff, obviously, that I know that can contribute to the video games or movie. But obviously, I'm in the movie now. I'm in the movie now, guys. And I'm enjoying every moment of it. That's right. My family has no idea I'm trying to protect them. I know what social acting is, but because of the pressure this criminal organization is feeling, and especially when the IRS is, they're nearby. IRS people, they're pretty smart people. And sooner or later, they're going to wake up. And of course, this is our tax dollars going down the toilet, folks. This is the reason Chicago is known, and especially town of Cicero, for corruption. And people are moving out. The taxes are too high. There's no law and order. We got some good police officers, of course, but corruption seems to take the center stage. That's why we have a new administration in the White House, and hopefully we can see some changes. All right. I'm trying to make a difference, folks. Do not let my death be in vain. All right, moving on. It's 1:25 p.m., Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. We are focused. Insurance policy fraud. The game of manipulation. Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic is clearly responding. Police officers involved in criminal activity are instructed to keep away. That's the reason you do not see no police officers in this area, because they are placed in high-ranking departments assigned to this location and address, daily plan attacks, well-documented history of mental health issue illness, and to make sure this criminal organization is undisturbed. And they're waiting for me just around the corner once I respond to the provoked confrontation. All right, moving on.